Horoscope predictions.
Aries.
Aries. Today's energy shifts your focus toward maintenance and adjustment, not the flashy kind of progress you thrive on, but the behind-the-scenes work that keeps your bigger goals intact. You may notice where your routine or responsibilities need tightening up, and the universe is urging you to slow down long enough to handle details that might have slipped through the cracks. This is a practical day, one that values small, deliberate choices over impulsive leaps. Whether it's managing money, fixing a communication issue, or refining a plan that's been in motion for a while, patience becomes your most useful tool. You'll find satisfaction in steady, measurable improvement rather than chasing something new. Think of today as a check-in, a reminder that progress doesn't always mean acceleration. Sometimes it means recalibration. On a personal level, the day invites you to recognize how far you've come in learning discipline without losing your edge. You're refining your ability to lead with focus instead of force. A situation involving work or partnership may highlight your need to compromise without backing down from your principles. You can find balance if you communicate directly and listen carefully before reacting. The more grounded your approach, the more respect and cooperation you'll earn from others. By evening, you'll likely feel that satisfying sense of calm that comes when your efforts begin aligning again. Your lucky colors are brick, pearl, and graphite, and your lucky numbers are 8, 15, and 32.
Taurus.
Taurus today centers on stability, not just in your environment, but within your mindset. You might wake up thinking about responsibilities that require a more structured approach. Whether that's financial, organization, planning your week, or addressing something that's been quietly building pressure. The cosmic tone supports slow, methodical progress, making this a good time to focus on reliability and clarity rather than speed. You may feel drawn to simplify what's gotten too complicated to bring a steady rhythm back into your days. Even simple acts like setting boundaries, revisiting your priorities, or finishing overdue tasks will feel grounding. Your energy today works best when it's channeled into tangible results, something you can touch, see, or measure. Emotionally, you might be reminded that security is as much an internal state as it is an external condition. The more you trust yourself to handle what's in front of you, the less you need to chase reassurance from others. If someone seems distant or distracted, don't rush to fill the space instead. Stay anchored in your own rhythm. This energy helps you strengthen patience, persistence, and calm authority, all of which will serve you in the weeks ahead. By the end of the day, you may find a quiet sense of pride in how capable and composed you've become, even under subtle pressure. Your lucky colors are taupe, emerald, and silver, and your lucky numbers are 3, 19, and 46.
Gemini.
Gemini today encourages focus and organization, something that might not feel natural at first, but it's exactly what brings you peace. You're likely handling multiple moving parts at once, projects, messages, plans, or responsibilities that overlap. The universe asks you to slow down and sort through what truly needs your attention. This is a practical day for making lists, setting realistic goals, and addressing details that have been easy to overlook. Your communication style sharpens under this energy. It's less about flair and more about precision. The clarity you bring to your tasks now will set you up for stronger momentum later in the week. This is the kind of day where disciplined focus pays off in relief rather than exhaustion. In your emotional world, you may notice that clarity in thought also brings peace in relationships. A grounded conversation could resolve a lingering misunderstanding or help you reconnect with someone who's been out of sync with you. Instead of relying on charm or distraction, you're learning to communicate with substance, saying exactly what you mean and meaning what you say. The reward for that honesty is stability, not tension. As the day winds down, you may feel mentally clear and quietly proud of how well you've managed to direct your energy. Your lucky colors are indigo, cream, and gold, and your lucky numbers are 5, 21, and 37.
Cancer.
Cancer, today's energy draws your attention to stability, practicality, and balance between care and control. You might wake with the urge to sort through responsibilities that have quietly piled up bills, work commitments, or even household details that need attention. This isn't a dramatic day, but one that helps you catch your breath by reclaiming order. You're learning to approach your obligations with clarity instead of emotion, seeing them as tools that help you build a more peaceful foundation. The act of staying organized, following through, and completing what's unfinished carries a certain quiet power. Whether you're tending to your home, refining a plan, or setting boundaries in a relationship, this energy reminds you that small, consistent actions can shift your entire environment. Emotionally, you're also becoming aware of how much steadiness you bring to others when you're grounded in yourself. People might naturally lean on you today, sensing your calm and reliability. But remember, you're not responsible for holding up everyone else's world. The goal is interdependence, not burden. A balanced conversation about responsibilities or mutual support could lead to deeper understanding. You might also feel more reflective about your future, not in a dreamy way, but in a practical sense of, what do I need to feel secure? As the day ends, a sense of comfort comes from knowing that you're regaining control without losing your warmth. Your lucky colors are sage, cream, and graphite, and your lucky numbers are 4, 20, and 39.
Leo.
Leo, today's focus shifts toward consistency, patience, and the value of slow progress. You may feel the need to prove something, perhaps to yourself, perhaps to others, but the universe is asking you to ground that drive in realistic steps. This is a day for diligence, not drama. You could find yourself handling practical tasks that require endurance or revisiting a project that needs refinement rather than reinvention. The energy rewards those who follow through and handle details with care. If your work or leadership roles have felt overwhelming lately, this is your chance to simplify, to replace pressure with structure. You'll notice how much more confident you feel when your actions align with thoughtful planning rather than raw impulse. In personal matters, today asks you to balance pride with patience. Relationships benefit from grounded communication, not grand gestures. It's a good time to show reliability, to be the steady presence rather than the center of attention. The more you focus on what you can control, the less reactive you'll feel when others don't meet your expectations. You're building a reputation for consistency now, and people are noticing your quiet strength more than your theatrics. This shift may not feel exciting at first, but it's setting you up for real respect. By evening, you may feel centered, accomplished, and aware that your calm determination has carried more weight than any quick victory could. Your lucky colors are amber, slate, and ivory, and your lucky numbers are 7, 18, and 33.
Virgo.
Virgo, today revolves around organization, discipline, and refining the systems that keep your life running smoothly. You might feel compelled to check on the fine details of your plans, budgets, schedules, or unfinished work that's waiting for your attention. There's a steady and productive tone to the day that suits you well if you lean into it. Even simple acts of tidying, sorting, or prioritizing can help restore mental clarity. You're likely to see the results of your effort more clearly now, especially in how your environment reflects your internal order. This energy also favors long-term thinking. Instead of reacting to problems, you're preparing solutions before they arise. Emotionally, today encourages self-awareness about how much responsibility you've taken on and where you might need to delegate or slow down. It's easy for you to equate productivity with worth, but the truth is, rest and balance are also forms of progress. You might have an opportunity to talk about boundaries at work or home, and doing so will prevent burnout later. The conversations you hold today can be straightforward and solution-focused, helping you feel both understood and respected. By nightfall, a sense of calm productivity settles in. You've accomplished what you needed to without overextending yourself. Your lucky colors are moss, pearl, and bronze, and your lucky numbers are 6, 23, and 41.
Libra.
Libra, today's rhythm asks you to slow down and focus on real-world decisions instead of chasing what feels ideal. The atmosphere carries a sense of structure, plans, routines, or quiet responsibility that brings clarity where there was once distraction. You might find yourself thinking deeply about finances, career priorities, or even the logistics of a relationship. This isn't a day for grand declarations, but for small, deliberate adjustments that put you on steadier ground. Conversations about fairness, commitment, or long-term choices could emerge. And while you're known for weighing both sides carefully, this time the scales lean toward practicality over idealism. You're beginning to see that balance doesn't come from pleasing everyone. It comes from knowing what you truly value and building your choices around that truth. Emotionally, you may feel the subtle tension between what you want and what's sustainable. This can show up in love, where your heart seeks harmony but your mind demands realism. Maybe it's time to redefine what partnership means to you, not just in romance, but in how you share your space, time, and energy with others. The more grounded your interactions become, the more stable your confidence grows. Late in the day, you could feel a quiet satisfaction from knowing that you acted with integrity, even if it required saying no or stepping back. That inner steadiness is your true success right now. Your lucky colors are dusty rose, charcoal, and cream, and your lucky numbers are 8, 14, and 42.
Scorpio.
Scorpio, today's energy is strong, self-contained, and deeply strategic. You're in the mood to get serious about something you've been considering for a while. Maybe a financial plan, a work commitment, or even a personal decision that requires patience and control. The themes today are about mastery and precision, not force. You're reminded that progress isn't always visible, but the consistency you maintain beneath the surface counts for more than quick wins. This is a day for quiet confidence, where your power comes from focus rather than confrontation. Even if you encounter delays or resistance, it's important to stay the course and trust the foundation you're building. In relationships, this steady influence can help you communicate with more depth and less defensiveness. You may be evaluating who truly adds stability to your life and who thrives on drama or uncertainty. Instead of reacting emotionally, you're seeing things as they are, and that's where your strength lies. At work, your ability to concentrate and see long-term outcomes puts you a few steps ahead of others. It's not the most exciting day, but it's one that sets the tone for progress that lasts. By evening, you'll likely feel both calm and powerful, knowing that your quiet persistence has done more for your future than any dramatic move could. Your lucky colors are onyx, olive, and rust, and your lucky numbers are 2, 19, and 37.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, the tone of today feels steadier than your usual rhythm, but it brings a much-needed sense of grounding. You might be dealing with responsibilities that require follow-through, finishing what you started, honoring a promise, or managing a detail you'd rather overlook. While it may not be thrilling, there's something rewarding about proving to yourself that you can balance enthusiasm with discipline. This is a good day to plan for something long-term, a financial goal, a career shift, or even a new way of structuring your days so you feel less scattered. The key is patience. Every small, practical action you take now plants the seeds for freedom later, the kind you value most. In your personal world, relationships may test your reliability. Someone may need reassurance that you're fully present, not just inspired in bursts. The way you show up today, calmly, consistently, and without overpromising, speaks volumes about your growth. This is maturity, the kind that doesn't dull your fire, but channels it. You may also find yourself reflecting on how to make your life more intentional, less reactive. The universe is teaching you that freedom doesn't mean chaos. It means having enough order to move with confidence. By nightfall, a calm pride takes over, the kind that comes from showing up for yourself, not running from the moment. Your lucky colors are marigold, slate, and pine, and your lucky numbers are 5, 22, and 40.
Capricorn.
Capricorn today brings a strong sense of structure and accountability, almost as if the universe is asking you to pause and take stock of where your energy has been invested. You may find yourself in the middle of decisions that require real discipline, choices that involve career direction, personal priorities, or even the dynamics of your long-term commitments. There's a serious tone in the air, but it's not heavy, it's clarifying. You're reminded that your success isn't built on sudden opportunity, but on consistency and follow-through. You may feel the weight of responsibility, but there's quiet satisfaction in knowing that you're capable of handling it. Even small victories, finishing a task, keeping a promise, managing your time, reinforce your inner stability. Emotionally, the day may bring moments where patience is tested. Someone could be leaning on you for support, or you might feel pressured to lead when you'd rather rest. Try not to take on everything alone. Leadership doesn't mean isolation. This is a good day to set realistic expectations for yourself and others, and to communicate what you need clearly. As the day unfolds, your focus sharpens and your confidence strengthens. You're stepping into a phase where your practical mindset becomes your greatest strength. And by evening, you may feel grounded in the quiet realization that everything you've been building, though slow and steady, is beginning to hold real shape. Your lucky colors are steel, almond, and forest, and your lucky numbers are 3, 17, and 44.
Aquarius.
Aquarius, today's energy invites you to slow down and work with the tangible side of life rather than the conceptual one. You're a visionary by nature, always drawn to what's next, the idea, the innovation, the big change. But today, the universe wants you to notice the details you usually skim past. That might mean reviewing a plan, tightening your budget, reorganizing your space, or finally following through on something you've been mentally drafting for weeks. There's value in grounding your thoughts into something measurable. The practical steps you take now will give structure to the ideas you've been nurturing in your mind. It's not about losing your creativity, it's about anchoring it so that it can actually grow. On a personal level, this is a good time to reflect on stability in your connections. Friendships or partnerships might feel more serious, not in a negative way, but in a way that asks for mutual responsibility. You may find yourself asking, who shows up when it counts? And today gives you real insight into that. People trust you to think ahead, but today you gain credibility through consistent action rather than bold statements. The balance of independence and accountability becomes clear. And by evening, you might feel quietly proud of the progress you've made, even if it's behind the scenes. There's peace in knowing that maturity doesn't dull your uniqueness. It simply makes it stronger. Your lucky colors are teal, obsidian, and honey, and your lucky numbers are 9, 28, and 36.
Pisces.
Pisces today offers a practical but gentle reality check. You may be focusing on issues related to work, finances, or personal boundaries, areas where you're learning to balance empathy with structure. The energy supports you in handling things you might usually avoid or delay, and while that may feel uncomfortable at first, it's empowering. Completing something you've been putting off could bring surprising relief, especially if it frees mental space. The day encourages you to anchor your creativity in routine, turning imagination into something that supports you rather than overwhelms you. You're discovering that stability can be comforting, not confining, a foundation that allows you to dream more effectively. Emotionally, there's growth in how you approach others. You may find yourself listening differently, not just with compassion, but with discernment. It's a day where you understand that love and kindness don't always mean saying yes. This awareness could shape an important conversation or decision about what you're willing to take on and what you need to release. The universe is gently guiding you to step into responsibility without losing your softness. By the end of the day, you might notice that even though your to-do list felt demanding, your heart feels lighter, proof that taking charge of your life can be its own form of healing. Your lucky colors are lavender, copper, and ivory, and your lucky numbers are 11, 24, and 38.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more daily star wisdom. Let me know your sign in the comments and how this day unfolds for you. I'll see you tomorrow for another celestial check-in. Thank you so much for watching.